I bet you're here because the idea of hitting a steady, predictable 10K a month in revenue without hustling for a new client is a big hell yes, tell me more. Well, what if I told you that you could hit that 10K a month mark without taking on a single new client? Yeah, right. I hear the eye roll, but I absolutely know that this is possible. I know you are already overworked and have one too many of those already nightmarish clients, and the idea of increasing your revenue without adding all of that sounds pretty darn sexy. You've tried to get out of that trap, but you seem to fall into it deeper and deeper, and I bet it feels just like quicksand. Well, there is good news. You don't need more clients. You just need to make a few strategic moves with the ones you already have or the ones you currently have. Now, I know it sounds amazing, but how? Before we get into those strategies, I want to talk to you about 6 challenges that are keeping you from hitting that 10K mark in the first place. It's not about all the tactics you're going to learn. If you've been feeling overworked and underpaid, then you're probably going to go, aha, Pamela, okay, this is hitting close to home. But first of all, who am I? Well, my name is Pamela Dale and I am your client coach, and I've been helping multiple 6- and 7-figure business owners do this every day, and I've done it for myself. I was struggling and thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? If I'm so smart, why can't I figure this out? So I've learned that there are 6 problems that everyone has to deal with, and you're not alone. So I'm going to give you the tactics that are going to help you make this 10K a month with no clients. And let's tackle the first reason this isn't happening: your overworking problem. You're obviously overworked, or think that you are. With the way things are, there is no time for new clients because you're buried up to here with work for the ones that you already have. You're probably juggling multiple clients. Still, the money isn't enough to comfortably sustain you in your business. So if you feel like you're running on a treadmill, working hard, but not getting anywhere, that takes us into problem number 2, where you are placing all of your value on you and not your services. You're undercharging because you feel like you're not enough, or maybe you just don't know how to package your services in a way that show their true value. And that's where the real problem comes in. Problem number 3, it's your worthiness problem. Let's get real for just a second and a half, right? You're charging less because it feels safe. If someone says, that's a fair price, Pamela, it's like validation. It's like that little pat on the back and think, oh, mission accomplished, they love me. But here's the thing, deep down, you know that's not going to cut it forever. It certainly doesn't work in the bank account. It might feel good for you, but if this business doesn't start paying off financially, you're going to be forced to consider getting a job. And let's be honest, that's probably the last thing you want. I know this because I've been there. I used to set my prices so low that rejection wasn't even an option. I got the thank you, and that's a fair price, pat on the, right? But at the end of the day, I was still overworked and underpaid. It was nice to be validated, but it wasn't sustainable. There comes a point when the pat on the head is not enough. You need this business to thrive, not just survive. And I think that's why you're here, because you are ready to make a change, which circles us right into number 4, your undercharging problem. Like so many service-based business owners, freelancers, digital marketers, and coaches, you're simply not charging enough for your services to begin with. Like many service-based business owners, you're simply not charging enough. I need to say that 6 more times. As a result, you attract the wrong clients and end up delivering way more than you're getting paid for. And just the thought of adding one more client makes you want to hurl. So we're going to creep right into problem number 5, your scope creep problem. This brings to the forefront your people pleaser syndrome. As a result, you continue to try to prove your value through being that absolutely gross people pleaser. Due to your need to be liked when someone is asking for more than you have agreed upon, which always happens, you are unable to say no or yes, and that'll be $500, please. You've probably been there, saying yes to all those extra client requests, just trying to keep everyone happy. But here's the real problem. Constantly saying yes without charging more means you're working harder, but not getting paid for it. This is classic scope creep, and it's one of the biggest reasons you feel overworked and underpaid. paid. Every time you let clients push past the boundaries of what you agreed, you're losing control of your time and your business. It's time to set those boundaries. Say yes, absolutely, client, and that'll be $500, and let's start taking back control. And that takes us to problem number 6, boundaries. Oh, that word is so overused today. We do not know what a boundary is. We think it's, oh my God, can you believe the client just did this again? No, that should never ever happen in your business, because you need to clearly define what's acceptable and what's not. If you don't, you're going to continue overcommitting, burning out, and feeling resentful. Setting and enforcing boundaries isn't about pushing clients away. It's about building healthier relationships where both sides know exactly what to expect. Without these clear boundaries, you're stuck, right, in this endless loop of revisions, last-minute requests, and continuing to, in the end, what happens? Undercharging. It's time to draw the line and protect your time, your energy, and the value that you are creating. To make this easier, I've got a boundary setting worksheet to help you establish these clear expectations with your clients and protect yourself from that burnout. So learning effective communication, boundary setting, and conflict resolution is absolutely the number one thing that you need to do when you are building a business. And most of us leave this or don't do it at all. So this worksheet is going to define what boundaries are, what they are not, and how to go about setting these boundaries. There is a full worksheet that will walk you through a lot of different things that you may or may not have thought about, and my guess is you probably have never ever done. Most of the times when we do this worksheet, what happens is a lot of the things that we've been dealing with kind of just fall away, because what we've done is actually set them inside of ourselves. This is why this is going to be uncomfortable, because you're going to have to deal with the other problems we just talked about. Your people pleasing, right? So you've got to really stop and think about making sure, is your business something you want to continue with? And if it is, can it continue in the state that you are running it? And that'll be absolute hell no, right? You're not alone. Absolutely. I was there crying all the time. Like, how do we make this work, right? How do we get to these elusive 10K months that people are talking about? So I'm going to give you that link down below. Go ahead, grab it, and then figure this out. Take the time to do the work. Do the uncomfortable work. All right, so now that we've looked at the main challenges holding you back from reaching that 10K a month, it's probably clear as to why you aren't there, right? Nowhere near where you'd like to be anyway. So let's talk about how to turn this thing around. I'm going to show you 4 practical strategies to get there without needing new clients, because good news, you really don't need more clients. What you really need to do is maximize the potential of the clients you already have. Because you're currently in this, it's hard to even put all the words to it, right? When your business isn't doing what you would like it to do, and you think about this client game, sometimes you just want them off the plate so much sooner. So it's like, okay, well, if I don't need new clients, what are you talking about? I actually have to work with the ones I currently have. So this is why this boundary circling back to it is really important. You might need to clean up some things first before we get started. And here's one of the first things. You're going to need to increase your prices. You have been undercharging. I know you have. And this is the fastest way to get to this extra 10K. You've got to gradually increase the prices for your existing clients, especially if the value you're providing has grown over time, which I guess, I know. You've been giving them more. Now it's time to make sure you're getting paid what you're worth. This is about owning the value. First, you'll have to shift your mindset around this pricing, recognizing that raising your prices isn't just about making more money. It's about reflecting the value that you bring to your clients. You've grown, your skills have developed, and you're delivering more value than when you first started with these clients. Can we get an amen? The price should reflect that evolution. So remind yourself you're charging for outcomes, not just time. You're charging what the service is worth, not what you're worth. And you're going to, of course, continue to deliver at a higher value, and you will because you'll be charging more and you'll have more time to breathe. So before you're going to discuss this with your clients, you want to rehearse some of this conversation, and you'll want to do some writing about it probably, but you want to acknowledge the fear. I know raising prices is uncomfortable, but this discomfort is the part of growing a business. I'm not asking just for more money. I'm ensuring I can keep delivering the best for my clients. You've got to also own the value. You've been constantly providing more value to your clients. It's just time that your rates reflect that. And then visualize the outcome. Picture the conversation is going really well and your clients are responding positively. Imagine the relief and satisfaction you'll feel when you're being fairly for your work. So you'll need to have an external conversation as well, right? Talking to your clients. So when it comes time to discuss the price increase, you want to keep it simple. You want to focus on the value they are receiving. Here are some things to include: reflecting the growth and depth of the services you're providing. Ensure that you can continue to deliver the results they expect, right? And this adjustment allows me to dedicate the necessary time and resources to help you succeed. So by framing the conversation around the increased value and the results they expect, you help the client see that this isn't just about price increase, right? It's about the commitment to excellence and sustainability. And remember, the right clients will respect and understand the value you bring even at a higher rate, and you're going to lose some clients, and that is absolutely the point. Right? Number 2, you're going to upsell and cross-sell. You're going to offer some premium services as add-ons to your current clients. I know that they need things before and after they get to you. If you create this bundled offer that gives them a reason to stay with you, aka they will get better results working with you when you include the pre and post work. This is absolutely tremendously important, because when you don't have the boundaries and you're already undercharging, what's happening is you want the client off the plate as soon as possible. So you are not only building yourself a nightmare business, you are also cutting yourself right off at the knees. Make sense? Okay, and then we're going to go to number 3, and we're going to implement a retainer. I do not know a single service-based business owner, a single digital marketer, a single freelancer, or a single coach that cannot move their client to a retainer model where you are paid consistently, monthly fee for your ongoing services. What's the benefit to you? You get more predictable, steady income, and doing this for the client gives them the ability to come back to you. In my service, I help people build software businesses, right, as one of my services, and there's always help at the end. Always, always, always. And here's the thing, not everyone's going to take it. But here's how you're going to get started with this. You're going to ask your clients, what help do you think you need at the end of our time together? Right when you're at the end, what other help do you think you need? Take notes. Figure out how you're going to get this to happen. Maybe it's in a partnership with someone else. Maybe it's an affiliate offer. Maybe it's staying with you at $100 a month or $1,000 a month, and they stay in Slack or they stay on Voxer where they can continue to reach out to you. What would this do to your business? Over time, what it does is gives you the foundation to build your business on, and clients are just extra. So number 4, I love talking about MRR, monthly recurring revenue. I think you need to develop a monthly recurring revenue stream, and I love software. I love software, because this is where you can constantly fulfill a need for a client, because I don't know a single business owner that cannot refer their client to a piece of software. Your client is already using software, and how many times have you been asked, hey, what do you use? What are you using? What do you recommend? I need this. Do you have any place? Get a list, right? Well, absolutely, I do, as a matter of fact, right? So think about where you can implement a monthly recurring revenue product that is software, because you need something where people are going to continuously keep paying for. And software, this is where their digital home is built. They pay for it every single month. So applying these strategies, you're going to be able to scale your business to $10K a month without adding new clients. Maybe not overnight, But this is about maximizing the value of your current relationships, setting boundaries, and charging what the service is truly worth. You are in control. You need to know this, and it's time to step up, make these changes, and finally reach your goals.